spaghetti sauce with mushrooms, green peppers, onions, and seasoning. Believe it or not, this is going to be, when it's all done, a baked spaghetti. This is just, the sauce is going to take about, I don't know, 4 hours for it to cook to do what I want it to do. As you see, it have everything in there. The onions, the green peppers, the tomatoes. You got some cheese in there as well. And I put some seasoning. You make your spaghetti sauce however you want to make it. But this is how I make my homemade spaghetti sauce. These are cheesy meatballs. I already made the ground meat, the ground turkey, because we don't eat red meat or pork. So my family said they wanted meatballs, so heavy cheesy meatballs. You just use the same cheese that you're going to use for your spaghetti, and just put it in the middle, fold it up, make a ball, and there you go, cheesy meatballs. You gotta let the meatballs cook all the way through on either side, especially on the first side, because what happens when you go to move it, it'll tear because it got cheese in it. So you gotta let it cook and get all the way done before you start flipping it and rolling it, because the cheese is making it stick. That's why I put a lot of EVO in the pan, because that's not fat from the meatball, that's EVO, because these are turkey meatballs. 2, 1. How you can tell when the meatball is ready to be flipped is when it's kind of firm around the edges, and you take 2 spoons and just flip it. The reason why you use spoons because it's better than a spatula, because you don't want to break up the meatball, and then all of the meatballs is flipped, the cheesy meatballs, and see the cheese just oozing all out of them. And let that cook down some more, so it can get all the way done, and you can push it down and see if it's done. These are done because they firm. If it's firm, then it's done. It's done through and through. This was the last one I flipped over, so of course that's not done. This is my Texas toast. I'm using the same cheese throughout the whole thing that I put in my spaghetti, my meatballs, and on my toast. Mmm, delicious. Put some garlic on it, of course, because it's cheesy bread with garlic. You don't have Italian meal without garlic. Line the pan with the noodles, and then I'm going to put the sauce on it and the meat on it and the cheese, and I'm going to continue that same effect as if it's a lasagna. Okay, and then that's it, and then I'll show you the end result. Now it's going in the oven on 350 degrees for about an hour or an hour and a half, depending on how long it takes for the cheese to get done, because keep in mind, everything is already done. You just want to melt the cheese and get it to a nice bubbly consistency like the Texas toast is. Okay, now we're going to come back again after an hour or so and show you the end result. Okay. This is what the baked spaghetti is supposed to look like when it's done. You gotta let it rest for about an hour, and so you could cut it. If you cut it now when it just came out the oven, it'll start breaking up and collapsing like the lasagna. You gotta wait for about an hour so it could sit and get a little cool, and then you cut into it, and it should cut quite evenly. But this is my version of the baked spaghetti. How you like it?